Back at the NFL Flag Championships here in the International Division. Team Australia against Team Mexico for the title as we get set to get underway. Public address announcer Jeff Shreve introducing both teams.
Representing Benoa State High School, please welcome Team Australia. And representing Mexico, here are the Tornadoes.
Everything that's going on around this game.
That's a really big part of this, is not to let the noise and the excitement and environment and the feel of the big stage take over. For both teams, play your game, and that is going to be the difference between winning and losing.
Both teams wearing green and all green. Team Mexico, Australia with the white shirts and green shorts. And racing along the far side for a quality pickup, Trent Casey on offense this time.
Hey, it's great to see. This is where he's comfortable, but he's so evasive. That juke move, and this is where Mexico are usually terrific at pulling flags, but he kept going.
Second down, midfield to go, the underhand shovel, and it goes to Matilda Featherstone right at the line to gain and stop just short according to the initial mark. Third down in midfield, which is less than a yard to reach.
You love to see this attacking of the defense. It's a 2-2 defense, so there's a big gap in the middle. A nice little shovel pass to the center. Third down, they're in the no-run zone now.
Team Australia in this championship game in the International Division for the first time. Trace Olsen at quarterback again, under center, fakes the shovel, and delivers late. It's batted down at the last minute. Rainhall was able to get there fourth and mid.
I like that they were thinking about maybe taking a shot in that position. We've seen it earlier where you want to fake that underhand. You did have to throw it a little bit in front. The defense of Mexico are terrific, but now fourth and short, looks like they're going to go for it. Remember, if they do not convert, Mexico will start where the ball is now.
Our first big play of this championship game. Trace Olsen fakes the toss, now delivers across the line, and reaching ahead for the first down by inches is Team Australia. Javen Johnson, his first play made. He scored twice earlier today in the semis.
He's been brilliant for him, but for me, it's the awareness there. He felt like he was getting pushed back across the other side after the half, and he reached that ball out just to give him a fighting chance.
And Phoebe, you can reach, you can't dive in NFL flag. Important to remember, here in the no-run zone, tossing, Featherstone has it. And the starting center eligible to receive passes in NFL flag. Second down and goal.
Watch this little out route here from number one. She has been doing phenomenal so far. Matilda Featherstone has been brilliant, and the center is such a critical part of an offense here.
Rubin Treisholz and also Javen Johnson in the backfield. They'll fake it to Johnson across the middle. Leaping up is Casey. 2 pick sixes in the semis earlier today, 2 catches already to start this championship.
You love to see how the ball is being divvied out here. You have the little read option. You've got the cross in front, which confuses the defense. And then there he is, big body, jumping up to get that ball.
Third and goal, and this drive comes down to this play. One last attempt to get into the end zone. So another enormous sequence coming for Team Australia. Trace Olsen, back corner, incomplete. Well, the defense was there. Pablo Gomez interrupted the sight line right there on that back pylon, Rebecca.
And the coach read it perfectly before the play. He said, they're going to number 8. Make sure you're taking care of that corner in the end zone.
Xavier Naumo, I mean, he had the ball in his hand as well. It just fumbled out of there.
Mexico gets the football on offense. Gomez, a reception after making the incredible play in that back corner on defense. At quarterback, Eduardo Almada. We also saw Charlie Ocampo at quarterback in the semifinal earlier today. Gastelum racing ahead. It'll be third and mid, just less than 2 yards to get the first down.
They're trying to go quick here. You have hitches, and that's a great read by the quarterback. No defender within sight of her.
Victoria Gastelum 3rd and mid, and a chance to talk things over here.
And it's exactly what he said the plan was going to be. Just take what they give you, and it's working out perfectly for that Mexico offense.
Well, Mexico came back against Team Canada after trailing early. Almada sails one. Gomez has it. Flag is pulled, first down and goal.
What a beautiful play design here. I want you to watch for the out with the wheel. You are putting this corner on the right side in a bind, and you have number 5 to hold him down. Beautiful work there from number 3 from Mexico. Gomez, again, really being the star of the show so far.
You mentioned he was in conflict, having to try to cover 2 players, a well-designed play for Mexico.
And it gives a nice, easy read. When you're in these high-stakes situations, give your quarterback something easy to read.
Almada remains in at quarterback. Delivers another precision strike. And with the catch, Jorge Lopez. 2nd and goal.
This is what you want to see, the efficiency of this team, Mexico. Team Australia don't want you to go deep on them. They're forcing you to throw those check down, shorter passes. Perfect. We've talked about this. If you can get 7-8 yards every single play, that is a win offensively.
Eduardo Almada, 2nd and goal. 2 downs to get into the end zone here for Team Mexico. He went in motion. He'll grab the handoff, race across the goal line for the 4th score of this game.
What a great way to start the game. A beautiful, efficient drive here for Mexico. It didn't look like there was any rush. They saw it was man, and you're putting number 4 of Team Australia, Trent Casey, in such a bind, having to run across the formation to catch that man in motion.
In a 2-quarterback system employed by Mexico, Charlie Ocampo and Eduardo Almada. We saw Ocampo under center there for the first time in this championship. The handoff, and it was nicely executed. A 6-0 lead. They'll go for 1 from the 5-yard line. Bunch formation. They'll fake the handoff. Ocampo back to Almada. We saw this earlier today, and once again, but the flag pulled, and another penalty marker comes out.
Illegal forward pass, offense. Ball doesn't pass the line of scrimmage. Conversion no good.
Now, Costin pulled the flag short of the goal line, and the defense holds at least on the conversion, Phoebe.
Yeah, this is going to be a great stand, really, and this is about the awareness on the field for Team Mexico. But this is still a good place for them to be in. They should be very proud of this drive.
Almada reaching the end zone, 6-0 Mexico. Watching the NFL Flag Championships presented by Toyota. 6-0 Mexico leading Australia here in the International Division title affair. Phoebe Schechter, Roy Philpott, Rebecca Landa, as we take a look at the rules for NFL Flag, Phoebes.
The rules are a little bit different with NFL Flag as opposed to maybe what you watch on Sunday. But you have 5v5 here. There's 2 12-minute halves. It is a running clock, so even if you go out of bounds, it keeps going. It's a 50-yard field. You've got 4 downs to reach midfield, and then 3 downs to score. A touchdown is 6 points, extra points, 5 yards, 1 point, 10 yards, you get 2 points, and each team receives 1 challenge in regulation.
Team Australia will attempt to respond, trailing 6-0. They drove the full length of the field, but came up short on 3rd and goal. Moments ago, here's Javen Johnson tiptoeing down that near sideline. A quality pickup, 2nd and mid.
And we were speaking with the coach earlier about Javen Johnson, and they were telling us that he is a beach sprinter. Can you imagine the difficulty, like 100-meter beach sprinter?
I can imagine. It's a great workout for your legs, and no doubt he's one of the fastest players here in Canton this weekend. On display, and he eludes the first flag pull attempt. The second one is true, 3rd down in midfield.
It's all about the experience, as the coach was saying, the awareness. You see him go up for that ball. He already moves his hips out of the way, trying to evade before he's even touched the ground. That body control is phenomenal.
Jordan Lowe told his team pregame, we are family. Whether we win or lose, I'm going to love you guys the exact same. Let's go win one. Deep ball, pass corral, and the touchdown, Xavier Naumo.
They tried to get him earlier in the back of the end zone, and they came right back to him up the middle of the field. The tallest player at 6'2" on this team. A great post route. He was able to continue the run. Ooh, and a little cheeky ball throw celebration.
From 33 yards out, tied at 6, and now Team Australia electing to go for the 1-point try from the 5. Trezols has been accurate. He'll hand it back, try to receive it at the front pylon, and he cannot. So Nalmo catches the touchdown, can't deliver the one-point conversion. We're tied at 6.
And when you see this play, you're going to see the rusher change directions completely. The play is going so fast, he knows he's not going to get to the quarterback. He just changes directions into the wide receiver they were looking for.
Interesting to note, Jorge Lopez with the reception. And the Mexico drive begins with a positive gain. It'll be second in midfield.
Coming back to their hitches, we saw this earlier. They would audible to somebody outside, perhaps a hitch and go. So it'll be interesting to see how they execute now.
And it's Almada back in at quarterback instead of Charlie Campo. This pass tipped and incomplete. Remy Chisholm able to make some contact with the football.
I'm telling you, we keep talking about these rushers, but rushers are some of the most important players on the defense. You see the ability to put a hand up. He goes for the flag. It forces the quarterback to be uncomfortable out to his left side and just dirt it. In flag football, you are able to throw the ball away. There are no penalties. There's no fumbles, no stripping of the football either.
No intentional grounding. There we go, Rebecca. You taught me that earlier this week. Tiptoe grab, Rangel able to haul it in. It's going to be 4th and mid, just 3 yards needed to get there. Decision time for Mexico.
Based off of the momentum that Mexico has right now, they're going to go for it. It makes sense. They are within the no-run zone, so they will have to throw this ball. Alert that double QB, they do.
And Almada as the quarterback. Need to cross that yellow line at midfield. Quick strike, there it is. There's the first down and goal, and tumbling down is Lopez.
Really nice decision there. Look, when you come in tight as a bunch, you're forcing the defense to show you one thing, and then you can out-leverage them. It was almost a little bit of a pick play there. We won't call it that perhaps, but you get that shoot out wide. You've got the leverage. Get yourself a first down.
Tied at 6 in the championship game of the International Division. Here, the 2025 NFL Flag Championships. Almada retreats, fires a strike, batted down at the last possible moment. And back there playing center field, the first time we've called his name. And it is, no, Xavier Nalmo. It's the first time we've called his name on defense.
Watch him fly across. This is what you want from a safety. And again, batting that ball down. Coach said a lot of these players also play rugby, so this is second nature to feel where the ball is.
Yeah, Australian rules football players, rugby players, soccer players, all a part of this team. As Garza able to have the pass completed. 3rd and goal from just outside the 10, Phoebe.
This is a huge down there. Going to want to capitalize. You've got less than a minute on the clock here, so take your time. Get the play call that you want. Both teams have 3 timeouts, but you really want to hold on to these until the second half. Now keep in mind, you may not see it, but they have a 25-second play clock. So this is rolling. You cannot run out of bounds in terms of stopping the clock. It is all about the last 30 seconds here.
3 timeouts. You get those for the entire game. There's no reset at halftime. Almada, Ocampo. They'll have the 2-quarterback system. Penalty marker is out. Back corner and incomplete. Now let's check the infraction, Phoebe. What did you see?
That's impeding the blitz right away.
Timeout, Australia. Prior to the timeout, impede, offense. Turnover on downs. First down, Australia.
So we've seen several long drives in without points by both sides.
And that is so challenging because it's 3rd down. It's a loss of down for impeding the rush. So you're watching the center, and look how they have to move out of the way when the rusher is coming down. They have a direct line to the quarterback and where the quarterback is. That's a huge loss there because that's their opportunity to go down and score with the last 10 seconds left.
10 seconds remaining in the first half for Australia here in the championship. Rubin Trezols back in at quarterback, wants to go long, and he does. Into traffic, 2 receivers there. Leaping attempt, and it comes up just empty for a moment. There was an opportunity. Will Smith was down there, number 9. And unable to corral it at the last moment.
but look at this ball placement. He goes up for it. He had it in his hands. Fantastic job by the Team Mexico defense, especially Ray Maldonado. He did a terrific job of just making sure that didn't finish through. That's a huge stop going into the half here, because this is where they need to come out strong in this second half.
1 second remaining here on the clock, so 2 timeouts have been utilized by Australia, and head coach Jordan Lowe at the end of the half, they'll reset it back to 3. An interesting maneuver there.
Yeah, it is an interesting maneuver. You only get 3 timeouts per game, so you would normally try and reserve those for the end of the game. Perhaps there's something he saw or something he believes in, but you can see now this Team Mexico defense is in complete prevent.
Will Smith at the top of your screen, number 9 for Australia. His size, his speed, certainly a factor. A wobbler deep, Smith in the area, and it is batted down in the defense of Almada, who started at quarterback, now as a center fielder, as a safety. Bats it down last play of the half.
That's what you want to do in those situations. Just if you're not catching it, you got to make sure that nobody catches it. You don't need a situation, especially with Team Mexico, who have the ability to run it all the way back. But that was a battle. We're 6-6. Remember last time these two teams played, it was 13-12 as the final score. These defenses, these offenses, they're relentless.
Alejandro Gonzalez, the head coach of Team Mexico, with Rebecca Landa.
Alejandro, háblame un poquito de esta primera mitad. ¿Qué te ha gustado y qué te gustaría ajustar para la segunda?
Bueno, me ha gustado la actitud de los jugadores. Creo que se están acomodando bien al sistema de juego del rival. Y debemos de ajustar un poquito el tema ofensivo, buscar zonas un poquito más amplias para que estén más cómodos nuestros receptores.
I'm asking him about what he liked and what adjustments he's going to make. He really likes the attitude and the energy from his players, but he's hoping to adjust a little bit more on the offense, make sure there's great communication right there to make those big plays that will make a difference. Gracias, Alejandro.
Gracias, Rebecca. Thank you very much. Tied at 6, 12 minutes in, 12 minutes to go in this championship game of the International Division, the NFL Flag Football Championships of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Australia and Mexico tied. We're back with our halftime report right after this. By Toyota on this Saturday afternoon, tied at 6, Mexico and Australia. And the start of our second half just 12 minutes away from crowning a champion in the International Division. Here's a look at how we got here, Phoebe. An exciting first half concluding just moments ago, and Almada reaching the end zone for Mexico.
It was beautiful. Mexico took advantage of the defense Australia were in, running it in versus a man coverage. And then you go here to this beautiful deep post to Xavier Nalmo. I mean, he is 6'2", and he absolutely ran that length of the field.
Rebecca Landa has made some new friends in the stands. Rebecca, take it away.
Yes, I have. I'm here with the familia of the Mexican national team. When we're talking about throwing that house out the window to make sure they are here supporting their kids, that dream on being on the Olympics, that's already on their heads. And you can see the support. The energy is so electric.
Well done, my friend. They have been loud and proud this entire weekend, and now 12 minutes perhaps away from celebrating a championship. Mexico with the football first. Ocampo to the air and tumbling down after a short gain. It'll be second and midfield. The reception made by Rangel.
This is a big drive here for Team Mexico. Starting back up, you want to be able to just get those chunks.
Sabas Rangel with the grab. Ocampo to the air, wants to go long to Almada. And the pass incomplete. Now Mo in coverage, so suddenly third and mid.
And that's where this game can switch just like that, because they've now got to be able to get at least 5-6 yards to put themselves in a more comfortable position where they're not having to go for it on 4th and long.
Ocampo starts the second half as the signal caller, dumps it off underneath Jorge Lopez. Close to the first, needed to get to midfield. It'll be 4th and about 2.5 to keep this drive alive.
Getting the ball into your playmakers' hands when they're on the run, just like Lopez is on the run here, is so critical, because it's so hard to pull those flags when they're flying in the wind like that. His awareness, sticking the ball out, 2 yards, it makes sense because normally you could punt it or play it for them to play it. However, they are within the no-run zone.
They'll go for it on 4th down. Without a conversion across the yellow line, they'll give it back to Australia. Ocampo searching, surveying, delivering. That's a strike and a first. Pablo Gomez picks up the 1st down, but here comes a penalty flag.
Illegal contact, defense. That penalty be declined. 1st and goal.
Kevin Bowersox, our referee today.
I have to say, Australia did a much better job of covering this. They did not send a rusher. We talked about this before. They're in man defense. When you don't have a rusher, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense to cover for so much longer. So you'll see most teams, 90% of the time, are going to send somebody at the quarterback just to force them to make a decision early.
All right, so crossing midfield, 3 downs to score. 1st and goal underneath. It goes to Gomez towards the pylon. And stopped just short with a late flag pull. It'll be 2nd and goal. It was grabbed quickly by Johnson along the far side.
That was a beautiful run. Watched a little delay and cross here. The quarterback looked him off, and that little stop at the end. I mean, that was 1st down. That is a huge chunk of yards to get there to put you in a favorable position.
Needed 15 yards to cross the end zone, the goal line rather, into the end zone. Gained 14, so 2nd and goal. Ocampo under center. Almada flanking. He'll run the 5-yard out off the pump fake. The hesitation avoids the flag pull in the back of the end zone. There is Jorge Lopez.
You love to see the excitement there, the passion coming across. This team, Mexico, have figured out what Australia are doing. They're in this man defense, and the way that they're aligned is so tight because they've already assigned 2. They cannot cover for that length of time, and then the rusher jumped. That's #1 rule. You don't want to jump as a rusher because a good quarterback will step you and throw around you.
And the 1-point conversion attempt from the 5-yard line. You can also go for 2 from the 10. The route that was ran by Lopez, brilliant, coming back to the quarterback and making sure that he was open for Ocampo. Now the 1-point try. Avoids the pass rush. Back of the end zone again. Pablo Gomez this time. And the conversion is good, now 13-6.
That was good work by Team Mexico. They did a really nice job of being efficient and taking what Team Australia gave. We know that they are a younger team, although in Australia now there's over 500 schools competing in NFL flag. Sometimes it's getting some of those nuances in the red zone.
Australia gets it back. Off the hesitation, Trez Holtz to Will Smith. And so this drive begins, 2nd in midfield to go. A short pickup on 1st down.
Get more of that double QB. They don't send a rusher, but you've got somebody waiting on the line from Team Mexico. And then this is the precision. Team Mexico does a great job of pulling the flags, not giving you extra yardage.
Big drive for Australia in this championship for the 1st time. Trez Holtz. Javen Johnson, flag pulled, 5 yards shy of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd in midfield.
This is one of my favorite. It's like a fan, right? You're going to see these 3 players all go to the right with a bit of a go, and you've got that screen underneath. It really gives a clear answer for the quarterback, a go-to essentially when you're in these tight situations.
Under 7 minutes to go. Australia looking for the 1st down to keep the drive alive. The comeback by Smith eludes 1 flag pull and another. He'll pick up the 1st.
Way to get skinny there. I mean, the ball is something that, again, we talked about it. You can't fumble it. So what you do is you use the ball to help you move your body. It's really like a counterbalance for yourself to throw your hips around.
So in essence, he made himself skinny as he made the twist and the turn.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Will Smith getting skinny with it on that catch. To the center. There it is. Matilda Featherstone, another catch. She's been active today in the semifinal and now in the championship. 2nd down and goal.
Remember, this is co-ed, so both teams are able to have girls, boys on their team. Everybody plays together, and that's what's so great about flag. It doesn't matter what your gender is. We just appreciate athletes out here.
Athletes and speed, high level of skill. Trez Holtz looking deep, goes underneath, intercepted, picked off by Gomez. And the flagpole near midfield. Team Mexico gets it back with a touchdown lead and under 6 minutes to go.
Oh, he's going to be so upset with himself because he had his man open earlier than that. He just held on to the football just a little bit too long.
Oh, a timeout on the field, a costly turnover. Mexico gets it back leading 13-6 here in the championship of the International Division of NFL Flag Championships. Teams have traveled extremely long distances to make it here to Canton for Team Australia. 26 hours from home here in the title affair, and now trailing Mexico 13-6. Phoebe Schechter, Roy Philpott, Rebecca Landa on our sidelines as our field analysts. And now Mexico, Phoebes, in no hurry whatsoever with this advantage.
No, and you got to look at where you are. You're first and mid from here. You've got 5:20 left on the clock. You can just milk this. Go for the check down. Be able to run out the clock as best as possible.
So an incomplete pass. The clock does not stop. That's not the worst thing in the world.
Does not stop. They're on 2nd down and 1 yard. And again, we heard Rebecca yourself talking about it. There's no intentional grounding either. You can just use this time to wind down. The play clock is 25 seconds, so that's a big chunk of time.
Rebecca, what is the energy like on the sideline? You're in front of that Mexico fan base right now. They have to be excited.
Yes, they are, but also the Australians are over here, and they have good energy as well. They're keeping it up. I was listening into the coaches, and especially assistant coach Shannon Austin. She talked to the rusher. She was, you need to break down. That's something really important. We rushers need to keep our mind on.
Almada will throw it to Gomez, and now 1st and goal on the big completion. Mexico on the move.
What a great play design. Again, the double QB, it keeps coming up. You're handing it off. Are you going to run it? Are you going to pass it? It causes so many problems for a defense, especially if you don't play against it a lot. We know that Team Australia has not played as much against the double QB. They played Mexico once earlier on, but you've got to have a game plan, and playing man the whole time can be a struggle against something like that.
And that was a 13-12 victory by Mexico on day 1 in Canton. That seems like an eternity ago, and now Mexico. Ocampo, end zone to Gomez, and the touchdown.
Beautiful job finding the hole right in the middle. You're gonna watch number 3 here. He's going to come right to the middle, turns around, he feels the defense moving, and his awareness to find where the end zone is. Beautiful. This is where that experience plays a really big role. Sometimes it's not always about being the fastest person on the field. It's about being able to feel that space.
A 1-point conversion attempt on the way as Mexico will huddle up along its sidelines with the head coach, Alejandro Gonzalez. What a remarkable job he's done in a number of capacities. Almada, back corner, and incomplete. So the conversion no good, 19-6, still a 2-score advantage for Mexico. Gen Youth and the NFL Foundation have teamed up to bring NFL flag in school to over 40,000 schools nationwide, energizing physical education and empowering 17 million students through movement, teamwork, and play. With flag football making its Olympic debut in 2028, the momentum is building. Learn more right now, genyouthnow.org. Australia needs a quick score. Man-to-man coverage. Contact, and the pass incomplete, looking for Trent Casey.
I love the arm strength of this quarterback here. Number 7 was able to throw the ball all the way downfield to Trayson. He has such great vision, and to be honest, he had his receiver in the right area. I love what you were talking about before about the 2028 Olympics. We've got a team from Brisbane here where the 2032 Olympics will be as well. So this is a huge driving force for them as they build up on this flag football.
Contact. Will Smith was tripped up, and a penalty marker came in quickly. Man-to-man coverage with Rangel.
You like to see everybody
Pass
checking in on
interference.
each other there
Defense.
too.
Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Play results in an automatic first down, goal to go.
Incidental contact happens as well, but number 5 doesn't even feel where the receiver is, and In flag football, we have right of way versus right of place. Right of way speaks to the offensive player having the right to run their route. Right of place is when we speak to a defensive player. So they broke up that right of way of that offensive player, leading to the penalty.
There's one timeout remaining for Australia. End zone, and there it is. The touchdown grab, Nalmo. His second score of the game, Phoebe.
He's like Gronk out there. He's your big body tight end you didn't even know you needed in flag. What a brilliant grab. He went up, the focus on the ball. That was fantastic. Brought it into his stomach to make sure he didn't drop it on the way down. And a little sass at the end.
So the 27-yard penalty, then the 18-yard scoring strike, and now Australia electing to go for 2.
And I understand why they're doing that, but the conversation's going to come back to their timeouts. The clock is rolling here.
Just 30 seconds remaining as the 2-point conversion attempt from the 10-yard line is attempted. Batted almost into the stands. Almada, a heads-up play to get it out of bounds. As time winds down in Mexico, in position with a 7-point lead.
Australia have called a timeout.
And you mentioned the clock management at the end of the first half. It comes back a little bit at this juncture. The chance maybe to stop the clock a couple of times, just that one chance with only one timeout left.
Yeah, because even when it's a change of possession, the clock is still running. So you could have, at the end of that last touchdown from Mexico, called a timeout there. You also want to have that word with the official saying, hey, as soon as this ball is in the end zone or the flag is pulled, I want a timeout immediately. You've already lost a chunk of seconds just standing there trying to call timeout. The officials are open to that conversation. You've got to be able to make sure you're giving your team the best chance possible, especially now. If I'm Mexico, you're just going to run the ball and burn out these last 15 seconds.
Australia needs a miracle of gargantuan proportions to find a way to come back, and just a successful snap should do it for Mexico. The kneel down, and that should do it. Time winding down in the championship, getting set to be crowned officially. Mexico finds a way to get the job done here in Canton. They are the International Division champions in 2025.
Unbelievable scenes. The Gatorade bath for their head coach already. Alejandro, what a beautiful, beautiful moment here for Team Mexico.
Demasiado, lo logramos. Bien hecho, chavos.
All smiles, all the time for Team Mexico. The defense was lights out, and the quarterback play utilizing 2 signal callers on multiple plays today. A big factor and a big advantage.
You're so spot on, and I would say that turnover that they had, that interception that they had, was a really big game changer for them. Australia were marching down, and they put up one big old battle today against this team Mexico, who have been really established for a long time. You know, Australia, we talked about it earlier, they've only played flag football for 2 years as a team. Imagine what they're going to be like in a couple of years. Both sides just doing a phenomenal job representing the international game. 8 teams out here in Canton, Ohio competing. But look at the family, the camaraderie, all 8 teams out here celebrating each other's success.
The highlights in this championship victory for Team Mexico. What an incredible start. The defense got it done. And Eduardo Almada, the first points of the afternoon. Nalmo responded in a big way for Team Australia. He had 2 touchdown receptions in this championship tilt, but Mexico in the second half flexing. Ocampo bought a little bit of time. It was just enough in that back end zone for Jorge Lopez.
And then Australia came back, and this was the game-changing moment by number 3, Pablo Gomez. He really put Mexico on the path to success and then sealed it with a touchdown himself. The familiarity with this team, the camaraderie, it was a great team win.
Gomez with the interception, Gomez with the touchdown. He is your MVP for this championship victory for Team Mexico. Now, what a day it has been, the two semifinal games. And these two teams, Australia and Mexico, reaching the championship game. And it was Team Mexico that was able to find a way. In the heat, the humidity, the exhaustion. Phoebe, they did it.
They absolutely did. They did it with style. They won the way that they know how. It was a brilliant, brilliant effort here.
Rebecca Landa on the stage to present the championship hardware.
Yes, welcome to the closing ceremony of NFL Flag Championship International Division. And here with me is Aifa Law, International Flag Football Development Lead for the NFL. Aifa, just tell me a little bit about what stands out to you most about this whole week of amazing competition.
I mean, we've had an incredible week of competition this week. We've had amazing teams just from around the world fly in to compete, to showcase their skills and play on the highest level for their age group, and it's been absolutely incredible. We've obviously had two fantastic standout teams today that have got all the way through to the finals, Mexico and Australia, and that's been amazing. And so first of all, I just want to congratulate all of our teams who are national champions from their own countries. They've earned the right to be here and to compete for the international title.
That is honestly amazing. We've seen so much talent around the globe. Flag football is just getting started. That's the reality. Now I want you to please let us know who is the MVP of this international championship.
So the MVP for this championship is Pablo Gomez. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
And now also we want you to hold that beautiful trophy for one last time. I hand it to Alejandro Gonzalez, the coach of your international NFL Flag champions.
Thank you very much. ¿Listos, chavos? ¿Listos? De aquí para arriba. ¿Sale? Háganlo. Es suyo. Eso es.
Pablo, quiero hablar un poquito contigo, si te puedes acercar. Háblame un poco de qué significa para ti poder aportar tanto a tu equipo el día de hoy.
Pues para mí es muy significativo esto para mi vida y para mi futuro, ya que es una gran oportunidad y pues algo que también destaca para muchos, que puede destacar para muchos futuros y pues puede ayudar a mucha gente y me gustaría o me gustó ser parte de ellos.
I'm asking him about how he feels about giving so much to this team, and he's just happy to be here. He's talking about his future and how much this could help him grow when we're talking about, you know, the future in his life. ¿A quién le dedicas este premio, este campeonato?
A mi papá, mi mamá y mi hermana.
He wants to share this with his mom, his dad, and his sister. Gracias, Pablo. Alejandro, puedes pasar un poquito aquí conmigo también para entrar a la conversación. Tantas emociones que vivieron esta semana. Háblame un poquito de qué estás viviendo en este preciso momento, porque había abrazos, había llanto, había un poquito de todo. ¿Qué estás sintiendo?
No, la verdad, sin palabras, digo, creo que, como te dije en una entrevista previa, los chavos demostraron tener el corazón de campeón que tienen, lo llevan en la sangre y pues bueno, el trabajar en equipo, tenemos años trabajando para llegar a este momento y pues bueno, sin palabras realmente, mucha felicidad.
He talks about his emotions and how he talked with his team about having that heart of a champion and how they executed perfectly. ¿Qué mensaje le quieres dar al mundo de parte de Monterrey y de parte de México?
Que practiquen el deporte del flag football. Es un deporte que va a la superalza. Es increíble ver a los jóvenes competir a este nivel. Y pues bueno, que se den una oportunidad porque esto va a seguir mejorando y por qué no cualquiera pudiera estar aquí.
His message to the world, not only Mexico, but to the world in regards to flag football is come. This is a great sport. Opportunities are going to keep happening. So make sure that you're trying out for your flag football local team. Gracias, Alejandro. Los campeones, los NFL. Flag Championship champions, México.
Levántelo.